What up, y'all? This is where we talk about this week's meta report, and boy, we are going to talk about the best 8 decks to be playing in ranked this week. And we're going to start off with none other than what you see on your screen right here with Suicune Greninja. Now, it's just come down to essentially playing 2 non-EX Greninja to 1 Greninja EX. The formula kind of just stays the same, but we are seeing that Frogadier is actually really needed and continues to be in here. Don't play without it. There was like a lot of deciding factors between whether it was 2 or 1, but you do like the 1 and being able to retreat out. So this is here, totally fine. I think once again, seeing this deck, one of the main issues that you run into Suicune EX is its lack of ability to pivot, and you have Greninja EX, which like really just solves that problem for you, and it's just been like doing really well. It's showing up into these tournaments with a high number here. Like even if we like look here, like one of the qualifiers, 150. If we take a look, they won that percentage here. 48% win rate here, 11.78, like 12% here. We're gonna talk about this deck in a little bit here as well too. But just like across the board in multiple tournaments, especially over the weekend and throughout this week, you are seeing a Suicune EX, Greninja EX in the number 1 or number 2 slot in terms of popularity. And despite so many people breaking it, they're still winning tournaments. It's still clearing out that spot here, and if you are looking for clear lines, if you're looking for multiple ways out, if you're looking for consistency, and then, you know, some folks might even say a little bit boring, because you just and the reason why people will say boring is because of that consistency factor, right? You know exactly what you're doing with each turn as it comes out here. You know that you're leaving a slot for Indeedee. You know that you have your Suicune out here. You know that you're going to be going into your Greninja, and then you're going to be going your Greninja EX, and you're going to be going into your Greninja. That is your 4 Pokemon that you want to see at all times, so that way you can continuously heal. You switch out and you start attacking for that 100, because folks are trying to play around the Suicune. So your Greninja EX is your main attacker here. Suicune has been now more of your chip damage, but you're really using as a utility mon to really just draw into your cards and staying up front as much and as late as you can, whether it's through the Giant Cape, the healing from Indeedee, or even Irida to that point, and then really dealing your damage out with Greninja EX, because you have such high HP with the 170 here and the consistent heals from Indeedee EX. Then we run into Mega Absol Hydreigon. This one was interesting to see really do well. So this is kind of like a different mix into it. So if you're looking to play something a little different, and in here, just opting out of the Chingling and sticking with Poison Barb to continuously deal even more damage, right? Like it's just one of those things where you're hoping to find your Hydreigon, right? The Zweilous is now in here to just mitigate other Chinglings in here, so that way you can get your Hydreigon regardless of what they try to do to you or try to stop you. The Indeedee EX here is meant to mitigate the Roar in Unison, right? Like this is all packaging around the Hydreigon, and then once this gets knocked out, you have your second one, it gets knocked out, which is going to be really tough to do. 150 HP or even 140, like if you want to say 140 HP, because you lose 30 and then you heal the 20, but regardless, that's still so much. And I don't know about you all, but whenever I face against Hydreigon Mega Absol, they find the cards that they need. So I do like this piece here, this Nihilego Poison Barb kind of aspect here, because it dissuades your opponent from attacking with Dino, or attacking the Dino, or you know you're starting with the Indeedee EX, or you're starting with the Nihilego. Like it just gives you more residual damage before you're ready to then attack and really go away. The poison barb on Hydreigon allows you to deal with your Suicunes out in one shot, because if they attack you, they have that -10, so they really have to opt out to switch out of there. Otherwise, they're going to be knocked out right there with the poison barb. So that's really cool to be able to play a little defensively with such a high HP mon that already has such high offense here with the 130. We then go into kind of your wall here, and you're running 4 walls. You have your Oricorio Magnezone. So your Oricorio, obviously, your safeguard here, preventing damage from your EXs. And so really in a deck like this, you kind of can just eat. But in other decks where you'll see like the majority of players are playing this, you have the type advantage here, right? So this Magnemite hits for 50 damage for 1 into those Suicune EX and Greninja players, which you know that you will be running into. They all get stopped by the Oricorio, and then if they try to flip into the regular Greninja, you have this Mirror Shot, which allows, which is the second wall here, which allows you to like force your opponent to flip a coin in order for them to attack. And at that point, they got to get lucky. It's not on you, because you get to attack regardless that following turn. That 150 HP is massive as well. So this is like, all in all, you're just setting up here. You're just grabbing your cards. Your Licia pulls out your other Magnemites that you have. Your Clemont pulls out the 2 Magnetons that you have. Then you have your Copycat can find the rest of your cards, your rest of your Magnetos. It's just crazy that like Licia draws both Magnemites. Clemont draws both Magnetons. Now you've pulled out 4 cards out of your deck, and that's not even touching the Professor's Research, the Pokeball, or the Copycat. So you can see here how quickly you develop into your stage 2 with these searchers here. If Magnemite was still a 60 HP mon, then like maybe they're like, you can actually like, this deck used to be slow, right? Like it used to be slow because you still had to go through, say, a basic stage 1, stage 2, and Copycat made it a little bit faster in terms of finding your pieces, and now you just have the ultimate searchers. Licia's gonna grab that 50, Clemont's gonna grab that Magnemite. If you still need it by this point, your Copycat or your Professor's Research are gonna luck you into that Magnezone as well. So dealing that Mirror Shot, forcing your opponent to either flip a coin or just really stalling them out until you can build up into back-to-back here is really, really strong. And it's no wonder why it is performing at the way that it is, and consistently doing well. Then we have a mix of Greninja support and other megas, right? So we seen Greninja with Suicune, and now Greninja is here with Mega Altaria. So what is interesting about this is it just provides Mega Altaria just the like high damage output. And you're thinking probably to yourself, well, does Mega Altaria need it? It's 130 HP or 130 attack. It's already 190 HP. Doesn't need that much more. And quite honestly, being able to Greninja and then Cyrus up, so that's 150 damage in a turn, really goes a long way. Being able to double Greninja into Mega Altaria is 170, which means Mega Absols, which are prevalent, are knocked out and out of the way, right? This is like your quick way to come back when your opponent is running the deck down with their Hydreigon as well. So this just Greninja just continues to give you support, and until Dina decides to like give us a tool that just says like this mon's not affected by abilities, right? Like just even like a tool like that, I just feel like you get to run it. And you might run 2 just because Greninja is everywhere, right? But that still will allow your opponent to attack any other parts of the benches and things like that. But that would mitigate against Greninja, that would mitigate against Darkrai, and just like other things as well. But this ability as it stands right now with no answer to it allows you to reach out into your other spots, and then Mega Altaria is just a sweeper. It is 2 energy, 130. It is consistently getting there. And this, even though we have the promo Swablu, which allows you to find a friend, Sing continuously shows that it's great here, right? Like if that find a friend is up front, it's getting knocked out regardless. If you have a Swablu that's like facing against like a Mega Blaziken, and it's saying you're giving yourself a 50% chance to continue the game rather than ending. You actually don't lose anything here because it's guaranteed sleep, so it's up to your opponent to be the one who's lucky. So all in all, like, if I can extend the game just that one more turn just to find my Mega Altaria, just for me to be able to pivot and give it to something else, I'm like, that's great. That's all in all a win. So I've seen decks, and I've tested out this myself, where we try to do some chip damage with like the 20, or I've seen decks run around the Find a Friend with the Swablu, but I really do think that Sing Swablu is still consistently the way to go in these decks. Then we continue to Greninja Mega Absol Darkrai, right? Here is another reason what this is being shown, and like you only have 2 of these, like it's just a one of for each. And with this deck, where you're looking for like that big swing to be able to knock things out in one go, you are taking advantage of all the chip damage, right? Your Rocky Helmet, 20. Your Greninja, another 20. Your Darkrai, another 20. You get Greninja, 2 Greninjas up, a Darkrai, and your Mega Absol up front, or just like your Darkrai itself. You are attacking for 100, oh, that's 20, 40, 60, 140 just in that turn as well. We've recently played this on the channel, so if you'd like to see this deck out in action, go ahead and do that. It's our previous video before this one, and you do get there. Like you do get double Greninja out, right? Like you do get to chip away. You do get to do these lines against your opponent, which makes this feel crazy. And I really do like the double Cyrus in here. Again, just consistently just pulling things up to try to finish them away, things that they're trying to hide in the back. And like I think with Greninja here, right, like you are running like this what, 8-card package, right, like to throw into things, because like you do want to continue, right? Like why attack the back without the Cyrus here? So if you're running 1, find a way to make it 2, whether that's like 1 less Rocky Helmet, or maybe even a red card if you're like really unsure. But like you definitely need the double Cyrus in these decks that are running Greninja to really just maximize the output to finish that game much quicker. Then we're looking at Mega Blaziken EX, which has been like going through, you know, its own identity piece here, but it's really kind of like honing in on adding in this Furfrou into it here. It surprisingly it had a huge surge where it was like appearing in a lot of decks, and it is now settling in Mega Blaziken. Furfrou with this ability, Fur Coat, allows you to take minus 20 damage from attacks, and now this Fur Coat ability is on like the other Furfrous, but this Furfrou allows you to attack for 1 energy for 30 damage instead of for like 2 energy for like 50 or something. So while you're taking less damage, you get to attack right away, which means like these basics that like are annoying to deal with, right? That's 20, you're not taking any damage. 10, you're not taking any damage. Not taking any damage from Chingling, right? Like you're what else we have here? You're taking 10 damage just from Magnemite. 30 only damage from Oricorio while punishing the Oricorio yourself here. So a lot of that early game gets really mitigated, and then you're running double Rocky Helmet, you get to throw that on there as well too. Heatmore is there to set up your Cyrus, so that way you can just yoink and then burn from there. So this gives you an opportunity to slow things down. This gives you an opportunity to Cyrus up and chip away from here. The one card that is, you have to like maybe figure out if you want to play with it or not. This deck was doing well, so, but I would suggest like a Lily. And I think the one flame patch is correct, but I think it would be probably Mars here, is where I would be the Lily. Yes, you're giving up the hand size, however, or hand control. However, having that extra boost here, that extra life, like you're getting hit and then you can outlive that next hit, which makes you more than confident to be able to go in and attack here, right? Like, a 130 attack from Mega Altaria puts you down to 80, and then you Lily there, you're at 140, you're healthy, right? Like you, it's like things like that just allows you to do that. So Lily is super important, just the one, but I really do think it's super important for this here. And then we continue on to Mega Charizard Y. So they have just put in NDDEX, and I'm now starting to see this. It's just like, let's just get the health going. Let's extend Entei EX's life until we get Mega Charizard in here. Let's extend the Charmeleon so that way we can like run it back. Let's extend Mega Charizard Y and mitigate that -50 to -30 if we need to, right? So by the time that we do have the Mega Charizard Y and we need to take a hit, and then we can just like heal back up, 20 health is a lot. It's why people play Potion, right? Like, we're not playing Potion now. Like, if you can fit in DDEX, by all means do it. But like, that's there, the Pokemon Center lady there, like, there is a turn in which you've lost no damage. Or you completely mitigated the Crimson Dive, I should say. So you going down to 170 and getting hit for 60, whatever, like, you can heal that 50 back up and still feel pretty fine. So I kind of like this inclusion here. I think it dwindles down your start to be on Entei EX where you want to be, but in the long term, in the long game, having an extra heal is going to be very important for you. And then last but not least is this Jolteon EX deck that's really coming out here. You are just playing your 3 EVs, 2 of the boosted evolution. You really want to start there, get your Jolteon EX up, and then start letting them get hit by that that -20. However, what's really kind of like a fun start, I think, for this deck to really kind of like maximize it, is going Jolteon Beginning Bolt. Being able to hit for 60 right away in the beginning and then hitting for 40, that's 100 damage, right? That is a lot, and then you can build up your Jolteon EX in the back and then do all the other things. So I think where you can lose, or so to speak, is that like you're trying to charge up this electromagnetic wall instead of trying to secure points. You win by securing points, right? And dedicating that 1 energy to the beginning bolt to just hit that 60 to allow your Jolteon EX to then come in and sweep up afterwards, after everything has been getting chipped down, feels kind of nice. It feels kind of nice, especially because a beginning bolt can do 80 damage, 80 and then 60 into Suicune, right? Like these are the things that you want to think about as you're like continuing your deck. Like, what are my most popular ones? 60 damage on that first turn takes out your Charmander, takes out the Torchic, takes out the Froakie, the Swablu, the Magnemite, puts the Oricorio down to 10, takes out the Dino. So this Jolteon, that beginning bolt, is really strong. It's really strong, and so being able to use that effect more often than not, I think, is really key here. So yeah, y'all, that is the top 8 decks for this week. Let me know down in the comment section below if you are trying anything else out now in a rank. That'd be really great to hear from you all as well too. And as always, y'all, it's your boy Ben. If you enjoy the vibes of this channel, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you don't miss out on anything. Catch you on the next one. Peace.